Sure, I've been asked to explain how I prepare for a boundary water canoe area trip. And actually, there's two different methods. My suggestion for those novice travelers who have no experience is to use an outfitter. Outfitters have lists, books, worksheets of all the different things that you're going to need for a trip. For example, camping gear or shovels. You'll need a shovel to dig a pit toilet. Again, something you'll find out from an outfitter that you may not even know. They have all those lists about the camping gears that you'll need. They also have lists that will help you prepare meals. They let you know that glass is prohibited in the boundary water canoe area. So they will plan, prepare, and package everything for your meals in plastic containers. They have a variety of different menus with different meal options for breakfast, lunch, and dinners. And as a traveler, you can select what it is you'd like to eat, give them the list, and they will prepare all the food for you. The outfitters also have lists and all of the different equipment that you'll need to rent for canoeing, actually. The paddles, the canoes, the life jackets, everything. You'll find everything you need at an outfitter's. It's a one-stop shopping. It's a great way to plan for a trip, although it is rather expensive. Now, the other way you can do it is the way that my family does it, and we sort of do it ourselves. We're do-it-ourselves planners. The first time I had gone, I made a list and put that into my computer, and that way I know exactly what it is that I need, and every year I can just update that list and print it out, and I know what to pack. Now, I use a big pack called a Duluth pack, and in that, some people have plastic liners that they put inside of it. I'll use a plastic liner for an entire season, and then I'll throw it out. But I know some people who like to reuse the liner year after year or season after season. But so I use this Duluth pack for big things like the tent, sleeping bag, camping gear is what I put into the Duluth pack. Again, the tent, the sleeping bag, shovel, bigger items go into this larger Duluth pack. And then I have another pack that I use for clothes. It's not a Duluth pack, it's another one. It's like a backpack, only it's specifically made for camping. And it doesn't close like your typical backpack. You open a flap on the top, and then there's a drawstring that keeps everything inside and keeps it all together. So it's a little bit different than a regular backpack, but kind of a similar size, although it is made of rubber, which is great for camping and canoeing, but that means that it's a little bit more expensive, of course. And all of my family, we pack all of our clothes into this one rubber pack. We try to pack as lightly as possible. We don't want, each family member to have 3-4 pairs of pants and jeans and 3-4-5-6 shirts. We try to go as simple as possible, things that are lightweight, possibly made of nylon or made of a material that will keep you warm. There's specific brands of very thin, very warm, dry type of clothing used for camping and canoeing, and that's the kind of clothing that I would recommend. They're lightweight, they're easy to carry, and they'll keep you dry and warm. A lot of people will pack several pairs of boots as well, shoes, boots, and I try to, again, do as minimally as possible and pack a pair of shoes and a pair of boots, and that's about as much as I try to carry. I don't want to have to carry too much. Now, for preparing for food and equipment, I use a propane stove, and we bring a propane stove with us with propane canisters. That seems to have worked the best for us, and that's how we like to prepare our food. And then the actual food itself, there are some dehydrated, some dried food that you could purchase. It's pretty expensive too, and I try to do it as cheaply as possible. So I will usually cook and prepare my food about a week in advance. I make things like chili, and then I can put chili into a Ziploc bag. That way it stays sealed. And those are the type of things that I make. Recently, this past Christmas, My father bought for me a food saver machine that seals the plastic bags themselves and they won't leak. It double bags everything, so that's a wonderful. That was a wonderful Christmas gift that I could use for our Boundary Water canoe area trips. And the same thing with the drinks. You don't want to have to carry anything that's very heavy, so I will often pack dry, powdered things like Tang so that we can mix it with some water while we're on site. So I have a pack for all the camping gear, a pack for our clothes, and another pack for our food. And then you have to think about the actual canoe itself. Now my family, we don't own our own canoe. We will rent one from an outfitter when we actually get to the site. And there's a lot of different choices. You could get an aluminum canoe, a wood canoe, Kevlar, several different types of canoes that they have available, styles, colors, and types. For me and my family, I don't like the aluminum. It's just too heavy to carry. The wood ones are nice, and I've seen some families who actually build and make their own wood canoes, and they're just gorgeous. But again, my suggestion would be think about an outfitter, and if you've never canoed before, that's one of the best options. They have everything. They bring it out to the campsite for you. For my family, now that we have some experience, we usually do it ourselves. And those are basically the two different methods that I know of that you can use to prepare for a Boundary Water canoe area trip.